Hello Yu-Gi-Oh fans, Matt Rant here, and welcome to an update for Yosenjus. With Cross Souls released in the TCG, I have now updated my deck to now reflect the new cards we've got. So straight into this, we've got Direback, still at 1. I still love this card for its increasing attack ability, and I do, on a real rare occasion, normal summon it. So I do get its effect sometimes. Well, very rarely, but it's mainly if there's no Starlish of Regions, because that's just amazing. Looks amazing. Next is the new monster for our deck, Yosenju Oyam. The name hasn't been changed on the actual server, but it is Oyam in the TCG. Basically, it's the battle fader for the deck. When your opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can send one Yosenju monster from your hand to the graveyard, except Yosenju Oyam, and special summon this from the hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. At the start of the damage step, if this battles an opponent's monster, you can have this card's attack and defense become equal to the original attack of the opponent's battling monster. Original attack to the opponent's battling monster. So let's make if the opponent's monster hasn't got an increased attack, it's using its original attack, then this makes a solid defense that they can't get over. Whereas Therapists can get over that because they have stronger power because of their Tenkis and Tensus. But when it's destroyed, to the end of this turn, when this card, very hard to check the scrolling on this, very annoying. When this monster is, I believe it's when it's destroyed by battle or card effect. I don't know about card effect, I think it's more likely battle. You can add one Yosenju card from your deck to your hand. I don't know if it's Yosenju monster from your deck to your hand. So yeah, that just recuperate the loss you would get from sending a Yosenju to the graveyard. You can basically add another one to your hand. So yeah, I like that card for the battle fader effect because you don't have much of a defense except for your traps during their turn for defensive purposes, because your Yosenjus will be in your hand. Next, as every Yosenju deck should have, free Kama 2, free Kama 1, and free Kama 3. If you don't know what they do, this is a direct attacker. This is compulsory evacuation device in a monster form, and Kama 3 is our searcher. And then 2 Sujik. I don't really like 3 Sujik, but I see it around quite a lot. Sujik increases your monster by 1,000 attack, and also you can discard it to increase the Yosenju monster by 1,000 attack during damage step. So that is basically an honest for the deck. So it's very good for that. And 2 Shinchu L, because I love the torrential protection barrier effect. And if you do somehow normal or special summon it, you can only target Yosenju monsters. You can't target other Yosenju monsters except from Shinchu L with card effects, so that's a nice defense as well. And you can go into your Exceeds as well. All these can go for dramatic Exceeds, but you don't really need your extra deck in this deck. It only happens on occasion. Okay, into the spells. 1 Red Jeki, because Red Jeki is awesome. Creature Swap, because Slash Steel is gone now, so we can now just switch one of our monsters with one of theirs, and then it will bounce back to us because it was normal summoned. Triple Pot of Duality to search out, triple Tenki to search out as well, double Yosen Tornado. I'm just checking this out. It takes 800 damage. You have to pay 800 life points to activate the card once per turn. If a Yosenju monster you control is returned to the hand, you can target one card your opponent controls and return that target to the hand. If you do not do this effect, destroy this card. So every time a Yosenju is returned, you get to compulse one of their cards, and it's any card. So if they have a face-up trap that they want to use next turn, bounce that back. It's always good. And I'm still keeping in one of my Divine Winds. Some people don't like Divine Wind, but I still do in this deck because it has so much opportunity to do so. And then into traps, triple Mind Crush, because Yosenjus can bounce back cards, so might as well get rid of them completely without destruction. 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. 2 Mirror Force. I took out 1 Mirror Forces for at least 1 turn. I'll go into that in a minute. I've also took out Compulsory Evacuation Device to Yosen Tornado, which you can't search, by the way, because it's not Yosenju. It's Yosen. 1 Vanity's Emptiness, because this is what it originally did. We originally had 3 of these until it was limited to 1. And then 2 lose 1 turns, because this is the new skill drain. It doesn't affect you because you hardly ever special summon. So I'll go into the effects. You can only activate this if you control no special summon monsters. The effects of all special summon monsters are negated until the end of the turn. If a effects monster is special summoned in attack position, change to defense position. So negation. So it definitely slows your opponent down. It doesn't stop them completely, but it slows them down. Continuous effects being the things it doesn't really stop that much, because they'll be back in effect on your turn. Then 1 Macrocosmos, because this doesn't hurt the deck too much, and then triple Yosenju Secret Move, which is my favourite card in the whole deck, because it's basically an out to most things. So yeah, onto the extra deck. We are using 1 number 80 to banish cards from your opponent's graveyard, 2 Gaga Cowboys, because you can finish your opponent off with 1600 damage, 1 Abyss Dweller, because many Abyss are still around, 1 Dagustor Emerald, because you can restock your monsters unless Macrocosmos was in play most of the duel. 1 Exaton Knight to blow up the field because you will have much field presence. Gaga Samurai to add that extra damage that you may not be able to get with 1 Kama 3 and 1 Kama 1, say. 2 Lightning Chidori, because sometimes you do need an extra Chidori in this. I've bumped it up to 1, taking out number 107. When it exceeds summoned, target 1 set card your opponent controls, returns to the hand. Returns to the bottom of the deck. And then once per turn, you can detach 1 exceed materials, target 1 physical card your opponent controls, and returns that target to the top of the deck. So all bounces to the deck is very good. Castell, because bouncing is lovely. Number 82, Heartland Draco, because you do have a field prominence with these 3 cards, so it does get protection. Same as Harpy's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, which gains amazing protection. Let's go into the effects. This card's effects can only be applied and resolved if it has exceed material. This can attack your opponent directly. Your opponent can target any Harpy monsters with effects or for attacks. So Rich Kai will kill this, but you can't compulsory and stuff like that. And during each of your end phases, detach 1 exceed material from this card. So it makes a good defense. 1 number 1, Silent on the Arc, because Silent on the Arc is easy to get out in this. 1 Tiger King to, well, it's more likely going to be used in a mirror match to make sure you, well, we can't really use it in a mirror match, but I'm thinking the wrong way. But if your opponent has prominent effects that'll be used next turn, probably in Aramage, say, you can negate those and have a defensive monster. So yeah, and 1 Dark Rebellion XC Dragon as a nice beater. I have put MSTs into the side deck now. Took out 1 MST for lose 1 turn, because 1 MST is just not going to really help. So lose 1 turns I think are better, and we got Yosen Tornado as protection as well, and we got these 2 protectors as well. So we don't really need MSTs, but I'd say side them at least, because if you're coming against a heavy deck that requires continuous spells, MST is going to be your saving grace. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this deck profile of Yosenjus in their new form. And yeah, please comment below any changes you'd like to see made, or any suggestions, etc, etc. Thank you for watching. Matt Durant signing out.